The video, if you could state your name again, please.
Frank Huffman.
And your rank and branch of the military.
I was U.S. Army. I was a sergeant first class.
And I was just going to introduce you. I'm Kenneth. I'm your interviewer. Again, and this is Tyler, the cameraman, and Mark, he was the copier. And I was going to start off with, why did you join the service?
Why did I join the service? Because I believe it is, when I was a kid and I read of our founding fathers like George Washington at Valley Forge. The freedom that we have today, we must always remember one thing. Freedom is not free. It never has been, never will be. And my theory is if it's not worth fighting for, it's not worth having. And I volunteered to go to service because I felt it was moral duty to be willing to fight for the great country that we live in.
And you said when I was talking to you earlier that you were head of a tank division, or you were?
I was in tank battalion.
Battalion, okay.
Yes, 89th Tank Battalion. We was with the 25th Infantry Division.
And how did you actually join the tank battalion? Is that something you sign up for, or?
No, it's really weird. I was trained as an infantry rifleman. I had never been in a tank. I had saw them at Fort Knox during basic training. And but I had on my records, I started driving a truck. I had to quit school. Started driving the truck when I was 15 years old, and they saw all my records. On the way up to the front line, they put me in a tank outfit. And we was on the front line. Company commander said, we're going to be leaving here and moving to another front in a few days. You're going to be my driver. I said, sir, I've never been in a tank. He said, you better familiarize yourself with it. So that's how I wound up in a tank outfit. Today you would have to have training and everything, because everything is computerized, but it wasn't so then.
So you actually got separate training for the tank before you left, or?
No, I'd never had training for it. Never been inside of one.
So you kind of had to learn on the go? I
had to learn on the front line.
Wow.
Now that's what you call on-the-job training. Yeah. The Korean War, it's known as a forgotten war, but we had 54,000 KIAs, that's killed in action, American. It's the first war that jet planes was used in. F-80 Shooting Star. They was not used in World War II. That's the first war that helicopters was used. But they was weird looking compared to the helicopter that we have today. It's also the first time we had 15 different countries, United Nations. It's the first time that foreign troops ever fought alongside of American troops. That was the first time in Korea. The war lasted. It started Sunday morning, June the 25th at 4 a.m. 1950. North Korea invaded South Korea. There's approximately 3 million lives lost during that time. 1.6 million was Chinese and North Koreans that was killed. And some of those North Korean kids and Chinese, I guarantee you, wasn't over 14, 15 years old. They put them out there to get killed. Yeah.
That's sad. That was when we first invaded. That was the first few days, you said? That was like the first.
Oh, no, that went on and on. It went on and on.
And you said that the UN fought in there. Did you fight alongside, like, actually in your area? a lot of the UN troops, or was it just U.S. troops in your area?
Oh, no. We had the Turkish brigade one time, was on our right flank. Yeah, they was tied in with us on our right flank. They was quite some fighters, the Turks.
And you said that you were stationed, like you have the picture where you were right in the front line.
Oh, yes. 10 months and 21 days.
That's quite some time. And I was wondering if you had any other stories related, just like, because obviously in wartime a lot of things happen. So if there's anything you'd like to share.
Well, September the 6th, 1951, I was driving for the company commander, then the captain, and we was getting ready to move out. I've often wondered about this boy. I saw it was at the base of a tree. I saw something move, and I told the captain, I said, get your glasses, and what it was a GI. He'd been severely wounded, but the bleeding had stopped, and he was naked, and he had played dead the night before. The Chinese thought he was dead. They took his uniform off so they could put it on and infiltrate through the lines. That's the way they worked. They'd find a dead GI. They'd change clothes. We would shoot flares all night long. They was a night fighter. We was not a night fighter at that time because we didn't have the night vision and everything that we have today. See, the night vision that we have now at midnight, you can just about spot a fly on a tree. Yeah.
How did you actually keep your bunkers warm? Because you said it's so cold every night. How did you actually keep your bunkers warm?
Well, we had a little, you still slept with all your clothes on in a sleeping bag, and I don't know. We had a lot of boys froze to death. They don't talk about that. You're battling that kind of cold. I don't guess there's anywhere from what I've read. And Vietnam, in the summer months, you had the high humidity, the heat, but in the winter you didn't have 25 and 30 minus below. But in Korea, it would get 105, 110, 90% humidity in the summer. They had a mosquito over there that was the biggest thing that I ever saw in my life. I took every pill that they ever gave you, so you wouldn't take malaria. I made it back to the States. The next month I come down with it. I laid at Fort Knox in a coma for a week. Your temperature gets like 105, 106.
Thank you very much for your time, sir.
Yes.
It was nice meeting you.
But always remember, freedom is not free, never has been, never will be. And my theory is, if it's not worth fighting for, it's not worth having.
Thank you very much.